Alright, so for this arm workout, now I'm not saying you guys have to do any of this or anything. You know, I always just say you can pick and choose whatever exercise you feel will be good and whatever structure you want to do. But as I said before, one of the things that I want to bring up the most are one of the things. Okay, anyways, arms. So my left arm, you know, is a lot smaller than my right arm, and my arms just aren't that big compared to like my legs and everything else, and my back. So I really want to bring up my arms. So this arm day is like dedicated just to help that. And so, you know, you don't have to do anything I'm doing. This is just what I'm doing, and that way later on, if my arms, you know, hang on, if my arms develop. And then later you're like, oh wow, like your arms are pretty good. I wonder what he did. Then you can look back at these videos and this is exactly what I did. Alright boys and girls, so let's get started with this commentary. So like I said, I really want to focus on my arms, this bulk, because, you know, I never really focused on them before. So I now have an arm day dedicated just to bring up my arms. So I have kind of like two types of arm days, and this is the arm day where I go a little lower rep range and a heavier weight. So some of the reps are not very high. So for example, this exercise, first of all, I'm warming it up with just the bar, you know, getting the elbows and biceps warm. And then this is actually it's a cheat curl exercise, and I don't know if most people have heard about the cheat curls, but you know, use a little momentum. I'm not using like crazy momentum, but using some momentum to help get the weight up. And I think this is just a big volume builder because I want to grow the size of my biceps. So I think cheat curls is a good way, and I'm just doing 5 reps, but I did it for 5 sets. So that's that. Next exercise, I went for the single arm preacher dumbbell curl, and as you can see, I actually twist my arm when I go back down, so it's kind of like a supination curl on the preacher bench thing. And I'm doing this one for 10 to 12 reps, anywhere between 10 to 12 reps, because this is not really like a power movement. It's really just to feel the squeeze of the peak of the bicep. Like I really need to work on the peak of my biceps, so this is one of the exercises that is very good for that. You see, I come up, squeeze as hard as I can, and like really try to feel that peak, and then let it go back down, and like untwist my arm as I go down. You see, so when I come up, I twist it, and then when I go back down, I untwist it. So I let my bicep fully lengthen, fully stretch out, and then come up and just squeeze as hard as you can. Next exercise, working on the long head of the bicep. Now, as you know, the bicep is 2 heads, you know, the long head and the short head. And actually, in Japanese, it's called nitokin, which literally means 2 head muscle, and so that's the bicep. So the short head, that's the one, you know, where you flex and you see it. The long head is where you don't even flex and you can kind of see that you have a bicep muscle, and this is a very good exercise for that, the reverse curl. And this also will work, most of the long head bicep exercises will also work out your forearms as well. So kind of 2-for-1 special, 2-for-1 deal coupons. So this is another one for the long head, just doing a rope cable hammer curls. I'm having like trouble naming these, but as I said, today was a heavy day, so I just went for 4 sets of 8, and I did the same thing for the reverse curls prior to this exercise, 4 sets of 8. Now moving on to the triceps. Started off with a close grip bench press. I think this is probably the best one to just build size of the triceps, because you're kind of getting a little bit of everything. But starting out, just warming up light, you know, pretty lightweight, just warming it up. When I warm up, I don't really have a rep range. I'm just going for until I feel like it's a pretty good, you know, warm up. But after the warm up, I kind of pyramided up because I wasn't sure how high I could go for the close grip bench until I went low weight. But right here, I'm doing 15 kilos on each side for the close grip bench, and I think I did it for about 8. I'm not sure. I didn't put the whole clip in here. But I ended up, as you will see right here, I ended up doing, it looks like 25 kilos on each side. Yeah, that's 25 kilos on each side, which is 70 kilos total for a set of 5 as my last set on the close grip bench press, which is actually pretty freaking good. I never was able to go above like 10, I think like 12.5 kilos on each side. Before I started, you know, doing some kind of powerlifting style training, and just before I started bulking, you know. So the combination of technique and extra calories really helped me, and I can press a lot of weight on the close grip bench press, which is pretty good. And now moving on to the next exercise, going for some tricep push downs, and I did 4 sets of 8 to 10, I think, on this one. I'm not exact. I can't freaking remember. This is actually from a while ago, but I want to do a commentary and show you guys what I did. So yeah, tricep push down. This is good for the you know, people say short head, but it's actually called the lateral head of the tricep. So that one's very good for that. So that's where when you flex, you see that little kind of horseshoe action looking thing. And then next I move on to this exercise. I kind of just made this up. I wanted to do what am I looking for? Independent. Yeah, both arms are working independently, because this is kind of like a reverse grip tricep push down or a kickback, but it's each arm's working independently. And as I said at the beginning of the video, my arms are not even, so doing exercises that make your arms work independently is very beneficial for making sure that your arms don't get even more uneven. That's a lot of evens in one sentence. I went for 4 sets of 8 to 12 on that one because it's a very controlled movement, not a power movement. And then finally I finished off with some tricep extensions with the dumbbell. I think I just went for, again, 8 to 12 on this one, because it's not like a super crazy power movement. If you go super heavy and start jerking around, you might hurt yourself on this one. So really control it. Go all the way down and go up. So that is the end of this arm workout. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.